A group of 10 people were called upon to come together and to meet up at a place. There was news for them and only for them, and it will now affect them for the rest of their lives. The group knew that one day this news will come to them, but they all thought that they had time, and that it was ages away. The group of 10 people arrived at the place and they were all in a happy mood because they were pretty. They loved being pretty and they enjoyed the privileges that it gave to them. Today was a news that would affect their whole lives. As the 10 people gathered in the room, a voice had echoed out to all of them that today will be the last day that they will be pretty. Today will be the last day their prettiness will hold its place. It is the death of their good looks, and they knew this day will come, and it comes to everyone eventually. The 10 people in the room were horrified by the news, as this will affect their lives in so many ways. Each of them started thinking how their lives will spiral downwards into obscurity. Crying started to enter the room. The loud voice then echoed out to all of them again, at how ungrateful they all are, and that they had enjoyed being pretty all their lives and now their prettiness will be going to another new generation. 5 of them will have to have acid on their faces to force the prettiness out, while the other 5 will simply lose it a day later. The 5 who needed to have acid on their faces were terrified once again. They didn't want acid on their faces, but there was no other way to force the prettiness out. People started running, but there were guards there and this was happening one way or another. Some were crying because they will no longer be pretty anymore, and they didn't care about how much the acid will hurt. Some had thought to themselves about how all of the annoying things they do will no longer be acceptable. Then when one of them had acid to their face, the prettiness was forced out, and like a beam of light, it went to one of the ugly security guards, who then became pretty. That security guard had his go at being pretty many years ago, so he had to have acid on his face as well. Then when the 5 out of 10 people has acid on their faces, they were now ugly and the other 5 had a couple of hours left, before their prettiness left them to go to someone else.